Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El, and today we're going to do a wrap-up video for the week, some updates that I have to bring into the light here. First off, I'm just going to tell you on Tuesday I'm going to be releasing my review. As you guys remember, before I had the Antec battery pack, I'm reviewing a new battery pack that I really actually think you guys are going to get a kick out of, whether you have the new Nintendo Switch or not. I think you definitely want to get your hands on it. It's going to be it's a real good battery pack with some pluses and minuses, and we're going to go over that on I believe Tuesday. Today we're going to be doing a wrap up. So the wrap up video for the week pretty much was Witcher 3 for the Nintendo Switch that I have some updates about as I got to play the game a little bit more in depth. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. We're going to talk about all that stuff right here, and let's get right to it. So guys, like always, like I said, I'm doing these wrap-up videos for those of you guys that didn't get alerted, because YouTube has some kind of problems, or it's with their algorithm because we don't have 100,000 subscribers, or I even saw people with lots of subscribers who had same issues. So I think it's really a glitch. Thank you guys for all your support, for contacting them and letting me know about that. So we're just going to do this. We're going to release this video as well to go over it, and I'm going to put it in the description below. I'm just going to say this, I didn't want to do follow-up videos. I figured it is worth it because there are updates as you go through certain games. You get an entire week to play it. You get to probably change your mind a little bit, see what's going on as it goes further into the game. And in this situation, it really does change things just about a bit. So let's get right into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. Now, if you guys didn't remember, go back to the video I'm going to put in the description below where I show you guys how to make accounts for new, for different regions. So you can play region-free games, because like I showed you guys before in that video, I'm going to put the description below also of the video itself that I did the review for this game, where you guys could go and get games, demos for games that are not out yet in America, or demos and games that are not out at all in the United States, or demos in general that the United States doesn't want to release, for example. And of course, vice versa for certain games. Like I played Sonic before I bought it, so it was cool having a demo on that. So you guys could actually download this demo and get right into this game. What I had to say about it is I absolutely loved it. It had a bunch of features. I urge you guys to go into the description and click on it. I show you guys they have track and field. They have, like this Mario Tennis, Badminton, or whatever. I can never pronounce that. Badminton, whatever. It actually feels like playing Mario Tennis. It even has the specials and everything. It's pretty cool. If you guys don't have that game, this is a good game to get. It's an ultimate game that I would say it even has karate, horse riding, all that kind of cool stuff, archery. Pretty much everything in the Olympic Games, it has on it. Mario and Sonic and all of those cool, all the cool characters. The thing is, I highly recommended it. I said it's a 6 out of 10 for those of you guys that are probably going to play it on by yourself. This game was designed to play with other people. If you do, with your family members, with everybody out there, like game day or whatever, you guys are absolutely going to be blown away. It's going to be a great game to play. I actually, spoke about the early times back in my childhood when we used to have game days with our friends and play Scrabble, Wheel of Fortune, or even on Nintendo Anticipation, if you guys remember that. Pictionary, all kinds of cool stuff they had back in the day. And it's really cool to, when your friends come or your family come during the holiday to shell out a game like that, shell out on a game like this, and everybody plays and has a great time. This game is really one of them. I really enjoyed it. I thought the graphics, as always, when Nintendo releases a first-party game, they have zero glitches in it almost all the time. It looks absolutely stunning, looks great. They know really how to utilize every ounce of power in their system. Okay, and that in itself is just incredible, and that's why I'm going to say I highly recommend this game, and I think you guys are going to, as I got to play the demo even a little more, I'm going to even say this, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. providing you play with others. If you don't and you're playing it alone, you're going to find yourself really bored. The game isn't going to hold up much. You're going to probably play it a few, just, like the demo, close it off and not care. So I rated it a 6 out of 10. The game is absolutely stunning. Definitely go ahead, look at in the description below. I pointed a link to show you guys how to make different accounts for different regions, and you can download right from Japan this demo for free, and you can already see how awesome this game is. Now we're going to go into Witcher 3. Now, if you guys remember when I did, if you didn't see it, the link is also in the description below. I spoke about the game, totally. I got to play it in GameStop, in my friend's GameStop. We were playing it, we were getting into it, and I personally thought that, I gave you guys a recommendation. If you never played this game before, go ahead and get it. If you got it for PC or other consoles, you are not going to like this version of the game. It's really dumbed down in graphics. The FPS is really low, was low. This is what I said in the beginning. It looks really flushed out, really out of focus. Kind of looks like Mortal Kombat on PlayStation Vita when they had Mortal Kombat 9. Kind of, to be honest, kind of looks like Mortal Kombat 11 on the, on the Nintendo Switch. Actually even more blurrier. It's kind of like a Contra Rogue. You know how bad that was and blurry. And it looked like a blurry mess, and it looked absolutely, to your eye, like if you're playing it on a 4K monitor, which we did, notice it was meant to be on HD, but to be honest, even in dock mode, it looked like it was 540. It didn't look like it was a 720p experience. It looked like a 540p kind of 520p, whatever. I don't know what to call it. It was a very, it felt like it was dumbed down resolution. But I am going to say this. The game does shine on handheld mode, and this game was called Unportable, and there you go. Nintendo actually made a portable game and did a great job. Well, Nintendo, they made a great port to Nintendo Switch, and they did a great job, porting this game. I think it was really good. Some of the glitches that were in the game were not present in this one, and I had it for PC, and I absolutely loved it and played it always on max settings. You can't compare the Switch version to that. It's not going to look the same. Even on handheld mode, even though it shines in handheld mode, it's not going to look as crisp and clear. But now here's where the things changed. So they found apparently a hidden menu, and I actually got a chance to screw around with it. So I'm going to say if you put sharpness up, it'll be much sharper, and you shut I think it was called the AA, the anti-aliasing, you shut that off. If you shut that off and you enable sharpening, you're going to get a much clearer footage, in your game. You're going to get a much clearer game, and it's going to look much more presentable. Now, I am going to tell you guys something. Some people are speaking about this like it's the Holy Grail. It's not. The more you update, you're playing around and screwing around with the graphics. It's kind of like playing on the emulators on your phone. When you enable certain things, it starts to get weaker. And if you want the frame rates to increase, it's gonna look like crap. If you want the frame rates to decrease, but look, if you want your footage, your game to look gorgeous, you go ahead and enable everything, and you're gonna have crappy FPS. So what I found the sweet spot, what I did is I just enabled the sharpness and disabled the AA, and you kind of get it up to regular 30 FPS, not even. I'm going to say I clocked the game anywhere from about 22 to 25. So I'm not a big fan of that kind of FPS. Now, you guys might like it, some people, out there. You might like this if you had weaker computers or whatever, and you're playing this game for the first time, and, you're like, wow, this is really good. But, in handheld, to be honest, 22 frames a second, even though on the big screen it's very, very noticeable, it is still noticeable for me from 22 to 25 FPS. I did not get a constant 30 FPS like some people are saying. That just did not happen. And I played this on 3 switches thus far. It's not it just runs anywhere from 22 to 25, and I'm talking about handheld. On the dock mode, it does the same exact thing, which was kind of weird. I was expecting more from dock mode, but for some reason, all the time in the Nintendo Switch, it actually shines more in the in the handheld mode, and I think because it overclocks itself like a turbo boost in a CPU chip usually, how they do it. So I think that's what happens. It kind of makes it go over, but I was not able to get consistent 30 FPS, especially when you have enemies on screen too much, it starts to slow down. And like I said, I still have the same kind of complaints. The battle engine absolutely sucks, but that's not the Switch's fault, or anything. That's the game's fault. They didn't improve that. It was a piece of poop. The battle mechanics of it. I remember it's like going through. You're like walking through the monsters, through the dragon's tail, while you're, slashing at the guy. Sometimes your sword hits him and it just goes right through him and it doesn't count as a hit point. It's just ridiculous. Like a lot of stupid things. And it's the same thing. I wouldn't call them glitches, even though technically they are. It's more like just graphical faux pas. I think it's just crap. I don't know why they didn't improve on that. They just made a direct port. Now, based on the secret menu, I'm going to say the port reminds me kind of like, I think they ported the PC version. And then a little thing tells me, what if all of the Nintendo Switch games are going to start coming out with these hidden, menus? Would that be cool, especially if you're going to end up getting a next generation Switch or something like that? It would be almost like future-proof. I think that would be really cool. I love the fact that they put that in the game. These modders actually yanked it out of there. But at the same time, right now, the game still, I would say is not the best thing I would get. Now, if you never played this, I would say save your money up. If you never played this, definitely go get it. It is awesome. If you're looking for a handheld experience to play a somewhat open world game, this is your chance, guys. When are you, I remember when I have conversations, I have a PlayStation 4, but every time I have people from different consoles, fanboys telling me, I'm like, yes, so let's take our, take that game. Let's take it on the go with us. And they're like, we can't. And I feel good, like, hey, I can take it on the go. I mean, that's the plus of the Nintendo Switch. They're making a ton of sales right now. Did better in the holidays, than any system out there. And there's a reason for it, because now we actually have a portable system that lets us play like last generation, it feels like, games. Technically, that's what the ports are for the most part, or 2 generations ago. But, and you get to play first-party Nintendo Switch games and new games and cool stuff like that. It's really a lot of fun. I definitely recommend for anybody who didn't get a Switch now, definitely look into getting one right now. But Witcher 3, it does run, okay. If you never played it, you're going to love it. I just am not a big fan of the game because I was spoiled with the PC version. Friends of mine who had, other consoles were saying exactly the same. Even friends of mine that never played it before told me that this game was kind of boring them for a while. It was great in the beginning, and then they just got bored with it. And it has to do with the graphics. Now, I think if you enable the sharpness, it's going to look much more crispier, much more crisp, it just pops out. But still, I mean, you can enable depth of field, and it's going to slow the game a little bit more. It's just, I would say, just increase the sharpness. It gives it a little bit more of a nice look. But it's still, it's very, for me, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody unless they never played it before. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Definitely stay tuned for the battery pack review on Tuesday. By Thursday, I actually have some news for you guys. I know a lot of you guys have been getting this false information from a lot of people, and I'm glad that you guys contacted me, because I went and I got it totally validated, as I did before, from my buddy in Nintendo of America. And I have some news for you guys that I think you guys are gonna feel really happy and probably get a Switch right now, to be honest with you, instead of having to wait for a myth. So on Thursday, he's checking, he gave me pretty much the validation, but he said by Wednesday night or whatever, the latest, he told me he's going to let me know some validation from Nintendo of Japan. So we're going to see right there, because I don't like releasing videos for the sake of videos. I'm releasing them so I could give you guys true information. As always, they have never been wrong, as you saw. They always gave the right information to us, even before any of these paid-for reviewers even had any type of information. I went ahead and told you guys info that ended up coming true, because they are not liars. They're straight from actual Nintendo. So I'm gonna just get more validation for it, and once it's validated to my what I call 100%, then I'll release it here, which will be Thursday, because he said Wednesday night the latest. Now, if he gives it to me Wednesday morning, I'll do it on Wednesday, but if not, most likely Thursday night. So definitely, if you guys are not being alerted even when you click the notification bell, just know that I release anywhere from 2, 3, or 4 videos a week if there's news. So just keep coming back to the channel. But in this situation, those are going to be the days, so I'm definitely going to release those videos on those days, Tuesday and Thursday. And don't forget Luigi's Mansion. I'm going to be doing a day 1 review, taking it apart limb from limb like we always do, and we're gonna see together how this thing actually looks, if it's worth it or if it's a dud. Now I'm thinking it's going to be great because it's Nintendo. And again, let me just let me reiterate a little bit here. I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, but I want you guys to take advantage of this deal. If you guys don't want to wait for the review and absolutely want to get it no matter what, now is the right time, because you get double points. So if you buy it, you get 300 gold coins, which is $3 off another game. And then once the game comes out, it becomes $6. So you get $6 off any indie game or any game in general. I always like getting an extra indie game there, minus $6, whatever. It's pretty cool. So it's something to think about. Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, guys, self-funded. We're an independent channel here. So self-funded here. This is the people's channel, our channel. We're not those paid-for idiots that tell you things are good when it's not. The comment section is the forum section. So definitely comment down below. Let us together give back to the gaming community. Let us give truth reviews and give people better information to make better informed decisions. So anyways, let's do it together. Have a good one, y'all. As always, like, subscribe, hit that bell button. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye. As always, guys, if you like what you see, self-funded here, be sure to check out all my other stuff, from mini-series to unboxings to technology, and Nintendo reviews and 3D printer reviews and all that good stuff. If you like what you see, the only way you can help the channel is by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. As many more cool videos to come. Definitely want you guys in it, and I want you guys to be vocal. Definitely comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.